Hey, I'm here to give you feedback on your run. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to DM me directly or ping me in your RIP thread. I know you're single instance, but you should have the chunk borders and pie chart up regardless, so that way you can just, rip seeds more effectively. It's standard options, like stuff that you could just have open, especially if you're going for, I don't know what your old PB was, but definitely going forward, that would be useful. You know it's one of these two chunks, just go for it, and then just, like, check as you're running. Now, okay, now you know that it's, like, the coastal one. This chunk right here. Good. Realized that you need all of it. Good. You can overlap a stick craft. A lot of times, especially when you're TNTing, if you just craft your 4 sticks there, all you have to do is like craft your crafting table and then you can just rip your tools. It's not like that hard to get 2 sticks from like a TNT. Nice crafting. You can organize hotbar while you're boating. Also, while I'm thinking about it, especially in like warm oceans like this where the sea is like a lighter shade of blue and sand at the bottom, you should definitely be grabbing gravel on the coast. Because grabbing gravel in ravines is often like super non-linear and not like fast whatsoever. That's there, and you first try it, so I guess the run invalidated it, but you know, still the objectively correct play. Okay, if you're a lava grabber, you should really be changing your pie chart ASAP, like on the island while you're digging the BT, or while you're mining trees, or while you're boating. I do it most of the time when I'm boating, just because I'm locked in on the BT and the trees and stuff. So. Are we playing? Oh, there we are. Cool. You should be dropping render here, regardless of, like, if you just came back from an IRL interruption or something. I don't know why you were, like, just not at the keyboard or whatever, but definitely dropping render when you are playing, or dropping render while you're in the pause menu is just best, so that way you don't have to waste time going in a bad direction. You're going backwards now. I think a lot of runners would just like speed bridge this just because it's like not that far of a speed bridge and it's just in the like correct direction, because like I don't know, running backwards and then making up the terrain is just slower than speed bridging that. And that's assuming that the terrain is flat. Like, this doesn't look like flat terrain. It looks like you kind of have to nav it still. You could have boat extended that. Like place your boat and then jump into your boat. Inspirational housing bastion. Toggle hard. Good. Oh, why did you stop while you toggled hard? You turned around and stopped and you got like dummy hard punished for it. You can like pause and like face the same direction and just toggle hard really quickly. Oh, no, do the regular hole. Especially when you block it off like this, the pigs just aren't that fast. You can totally send this hole right here. This gold could be a lot cleaner. You're also like you're trying to like do too much in this, I feel. Like you're trying to eat, you're trying to reset your pie chart, you're trying to mine gold, and now you're trying to sort your inventory, and it just doesn't seem like you're doing any of it well. And you still have a gold block you have to mine. Yeah. Definitely clean up all of that. You can just ignore that guy. He'll come to you. And it's a crossbow pig. Like, just hit him twice. You have a gold axe. Also, that, like, lava there was dummy scary for a couple of reasons. One, you almost kill yourself here. Two, you almost kill your pigs here. Like, two almost run killing things just happened. Just crit the guy. He's like pretty weak. Don't do the fire res right now. You could run out in the fort pretty easy. While you have downtime in bastions like this, organize your hotbar for the next split. That's usually a good like thing to keep in the back of your mind whenever you have downtime during a split, where like you're waiting for blazes or you're purling somewhere. It's like what's the most I could possibly be doing right now, and you know what that looks like could like in this case be. Like organizing your hotbar for the next split, because in theory, like you just want to be out right now, and just prepare yourself to get out immediately. Yeah, like you are right now. Put the pearls in the hotbar, and like a fire res. Granted, you already applied a fire res, so the fire res doesn't matter. Just basically get your pearls into your hotbar ASAP. Going up for Abi seems a little like, I don't know. It's a playstyle thing. It seems forced, but it'll be fine if it rolls it. Check that chest. You still have so much, and you should really be PyDARing here in a little bit once you find out if you have 20 or not. Yeah, and especially if you're going chunk to chunk, you should definitely be going back to check that. Or sorry, if you're going chunk to chunk, you definitely should have grabbed the single chest there first. But now, since we're just kind of sending it, not fully checking chests, like the entire play of like going up to see what you got is kind of punishing you right now. While this pearl's in the air, you could be doing more. Like you had 3 seconds of like watching a pearl fly before you decided to do anything. Like a lot of runners would just like throw a pearl but also have something in mind to do while the pearl's in the air. I always suggest like cleaning out inventory so that way you can just craft explosives super quickly. But you could also you know, craft string into wool, glowstone, dust into glowstone, etc., etc., while the pearl's in the air. It's still the same direction. Like you can just toss the pearl here. That's not a good pearl to throw. You're basically, especially with this overhang, you're just not trying to like lace that throw. Aim for the terrain that you know that you can hit. You don't also need to build up because you had like this terrain here. And that's just also not a great pearl. I think you had to clutch to get it. Throw safer pearls and like generally speaking you'll be rewarded for it. Or at least not punished. Don't throw it. No, dear, you're gonna throw it. Nice. Oh, yep. That could have been a run killer. Clean inventory solves that. Reapply your fire as you have none. Could be tossing a pearl here, or like just to get to the fort a bit quicker. Either way, you should be doing dynamic render. 5RD is also totally fine. But do one of them. Running through it on high RD like this is just like not ideal. Could have lost that rod. Oh, you need those. You have a gold axe. Like craft double gold axe. Or like a regular axe or something. But you need those sticks regardless. Could have crafted all of those explosives if you just like cleared out your inventory here. There we go. Especially if you're gonna stick with gold axes, you need to learn how to use them. You need to crit twice with gold axes. Do this where you're not taking up spawning space. By the way, you could be out right now if you had forced 5RD or dynamic. Don't do it. Don't mind this. Okay, good. What you're doing here is okay, but the far more optimal one would be like placing a block like right here, kitty corner to like this thing, and then just tracing the outline of this gazebo looking thing or this like gateway looking thing. To create a portal. It's just faster than portals like this if you practice it. Shout out to the feedback earlier of getting your hotbar ready for the next split. Bodai? Oh, didn't overlap it. Obviously overlap it. Drop to 2 for dolphins. You could get there immediately. Not sure why you're pausing here. This could all count towards the retime. If that's a nerves thing because this thing's close, like, you can calm yourself down while you're boating. Take some breaths. Or like outside of like when you're running, get into like a rhythm that you can calm yourself down in. Like develop, I guess what I'm saying is like develop a rhythm that you can calm yourself down in. I use breathing just because it's like really easy to do, so. Yeah, that was pretty close. Oh, we're having a meltdown. Oh, we're having a meltdown. Yeah, definitely like work on like self-soothing practices while you're running. And the pie chart's not reset. That should definitely be done at some point. Especially with a Tanabe run. Decent preemptive. This could be a fake spike though. Probably not because you know your spike, but you know. Would be nice if we could have just ripped eyes because we had all of our explosives crafted. Also, if you're gonna, like, this entire thing, like, right here, like, you could have taken notice of how many eyes there are, like, right here. So, one eye. You could definitely rip your last pearl here. Because you're not going to go for 0, so it's like you can just kill an Enderman in a boat. Wrong side, Obby. Front dragons need to have your obsidian on the right side of the fountain. So for front dragons, you need to have your obby over here, and then you run this way or pearl this way or whatever. And then for back dragons, do what you did in this run. Oh dear. Learn how to pick block your beds. If you scroll wheel or like hotkey it, especially with nerves, you could flub that really easily. And also then you just have more inventory space, or hotbar space. Don't half bow, you should have done that while you're at the fountain if you were going to do it. Because now you're just like looking at infinite fireballs. No, and it's perching anyway. But you didn't pearl. +1 that. Look at how little that HP bar is. You could definitely +1. Huge PB, let's go! Anyway, like, things to consider for the rest of the run. Definitely watch how other runners terrain nav it. Like, I guess, like, an interesting exercise that you could do with that is Chloe uploaded, like, all of Dugile's, like, relevant seeds, I guess. I would look at those seeds, like go to the nether and route them how you think that they should be done, and then look at how Dugile did it. Because Dugile is obviously like great terrain nav and great decision making with terrain nav. So that's one way to do it. The other way is ranked, because like your terrain nav seems like pretty like average to below average to me. And like I'd be willing to bet that runners in your skill range could have like really, really good terrain nav, and you could learn a lot from them. Other than that, the pearling definitely could have killed that run. So definitely practice that, and especially the overlapping part while pearling. That's like one of the more underrated time saves. So anyway, congratulations on your PB.